I'm not going to try to sit here and act like I'm some genius that's, listen, most of these pictures, are pretty lucky. You know what I mean? Especially, working for clients and stuff. There's 7, 8 different people pulling you in different directions to get what they want, and everyone's vision has got to come together as one. So my job is to try to make all of them fit like a puzzle, and the end product comes out really well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends. It's not in my control 100%. So the personal stuff, it is. So I can be a perfectionist. I can say this isn't working, kill this, do it again. You're continually learning and making it work. And then when you see it and you're like, wow, I love this, then that's all that matters. People might not get it. People might love it. People might hate it. But it doesn't matter at that point. This is what I want you to see.
Was the art stuff, when you first got started out, was that kind of where you wanted to go with it? Or is that something that just as you evolved?
It was the easiest thing to do because I didn't have any jobs. So everything that I did, I was just out creating and trying to do things. And I've always been a fan of, photography books and fine art. So I'm like, wow, one day, wouldn't it be amazing if I could do this? So I did a lot of that. Once you start working, unfortunately, although that gets put on the shelf and you've got to make a living. So if you don't support yourself, you can't really do this fine art stuff. And for most people, it's not profitable. It's self-fulfilling and just, accomplishments in my life that I set goals and I want to achieve them. If I set a goal, I have to achieve it. You know what I mean? And they're, just like when I started, if I had $1 for everyone who told me it was too late and this industry is too saturated and you're not going to be able to make it, I'm like, why? How could you say that to someone? It pissed me off really bad. And I'm like, I know. I never not, looked at myself as a photographer once I wanted to do this. I'm like, no, this is what I'm going to do and I am going to do it. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference, between a lot of these people that grab a camera nowadays that's digital and they just go and like, oh, look at these great photos I've done. And they think that they're on their way to just taking over the industry. And that's great ambition. You know what I mean? But you got to take a break and look at and really understand what this is. And it's a business foremost. So they don't understand that. And then they like, okay, you got a great picture in natural light when the opportunity was there. Those are moments that are great. And for fine art people and for people who just want to have this as a hobby, there's nothing better than that. But you really do have to know what you're doing if you want to work and be at the level of some of the top photographers in the industry. And there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to do your homework and you got to suffer. I mean, I suffered immensely when I first started, just like everyone that goes through it. There was no difference. And I made my opportunities. I took advantage of them when they were there, but it took a long time. I've been doing this for 20 years. So, and people, when you're at the level where I am, and not to sound arrogant, but people don't realize that I went through all that stuff. And even if they can do what I do, which is the most common thing, like I could do that with my eyes closed. So can I. But I'm the one that got the job. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? And people can sit there and wonder, why am I not? Dude, I could shoot so much better than, and sometimes it's not so much better that's being it. It's like, sometimes it's on a white wall for a movie poster. It's not just about what the picture is. There's so much more to it. And that's the thing that I think people, when they get into it and really experience it, they're like, oh, wow, okay, now I see. Because nothing's easy. Whether it seems easy or not, there's still nothing easy about it.